Hello, my name is Nomura, and this is Rotary Serving Our Community. One of the areas I've been very active in is doing water around the world, water for people, water for humanity. And I had the special privilege of meeting one person that's been doing this for quite a while, has an excellent system in place. And with me today I have Bob Hather. Welcome, Bob.
Oh, thank you.
You're with Lifewater Drilling Technologies, correct?
I started Lifewater Drilling Technology in 2012.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Have you been in water your whole life?
No, I started out and still am a money manager, a portfolio manager.
Okay.
Joined Rotary 33 years ago.
Wow.
And during my term as president in 2008, I heard a speech by D.K. Lee that inspired me to do something about the world water problem.
Wow, okay. And how did you get involved with Rotary 33 years ago? You've been there for a while.
You know, I had a real good run in the investment business, and I wanted to give back to the community.
Okay, and you're a member of which club?
The San Luis Obispo Rotary
Just
Club.
wanted you to plug that one.
Of course.
I'm sure Governor Deb's going to appreciate that one here.
Yeah.
Very good. For water, how did you get involved with the water part of that?
You know, after hearing D.K. Lee say that there was something like 25,000 children under the age of 5 that died every day from non-potable water, I thought that was what I will tackle in my year of presidency.
Sounds good. And the building of that drill that you've done, did you just develop it on your own? Did you have an idea?
You know, here we were right next to Cal Poly, which is known for its mechanical engineering department, and I thought that we could put some of those students to work in a real business, real life opportunity to design a drill rig that might be suited for developing countries.
And so you started this on your own, or did you have a group of people working with you?
You know, I had assembled a group of advisors, one of which was real key, was geologist Tim Cleeth, who's been a long-term member of our Wednesday Rotary Club in San Luis Obispo, the De Tolosa Club. And he has drilled water wells on a charitable basis in 25 countries around the world. And he said, what we need, and there isn't one out there, is a cable tool rig, a percussion drill rig.
Okay, and that's what you've designed then?
That's what we went after.
Okay, good enough. And the cost of these, how much do they cost, roughly?
Well, our target was a lot lower, but they wound up costing about $80,000 by the time we developed a rig that was robust enough that we could send into a very remote area and not worry about it breaking.
Got it. And so I actually got to go on site with you on one of these test drills at your house, actually, and you had some people there. They were from
Nigeria.
Nigeria. And at that time, we were able to actually see this thing in place. It was great. One of the advantages of actually being on site is that you can see these. For example, there's no way we could put that drill rig here in the studio without causing too much trouble. So with that, if you wouldn't mind, let's jump into the video, take a look, and see how this system actually works.
Super.
Sounds good. Thanks.
I thought we would talk about some of the features of the rig itself. This drill stem is heavy enough to drill through rock or any other kind of formation. The carbide button bit, these carbide buttons on the bit can go through anything, and they just don't wear. They last and last and last. We carry enough onboard water to drill about 20 feet. And we've got the benefit of having 2 lines. So when it comes time to run casing or bail or doing pump service, it's all there. We use this rig to set pumps and set casing. The drill stem is 21 feet, weighs about 1,200 pounds. And we often drill with a 9-inch diameter bit. And that enables us to use 5-inch casing with a 2-inch annular seal that we use a cement sanitary process. We have 500 feet of cable, which enables us to drill about 450 feet. And I have drilled personally 360 with the rig. The hydraulic system makes the control so smooth that it eliminates some of the dangers of having the old clutch systems that they had on the Bucyrus rigs, for instance. Eliminates all that. It also eliminates a gearbox that's hard to get your hands on from Bucyrus, which, you know, it's not making those rigs since 1988, I think. All of these components are readily available throughout the world, and nothing costs more than about $1,500 as far as an individual component. So if anything breaks, it's not a big expense to fix. When you dial it in and operate this thing, it's smooth enough to set your drink on the rig and it won't shake off. It is a very smooth operating rig. The process of drilling with cable tool rigs basically emulsifies your cuttings, and when you get about 3 or 4 feet down the hole, you take the bit out and you put the baler in, and you actually bring the cuttings into your baler, and then drop them. I drop them into a bucket and a chute to keep my work area clean. Carries enough fuel for about 2.5 days drilling, and with the 6.5-inch bit, we can do on average about 40 feet a day. Got a locking toolbox, and basically the few tools that you need can go in the box. They're locked.
All runs off the Honda motor there?
Everything runs off the Honda.
Nice.
Putting the mast up and down, and the mast folds. You didn't get that shot, but unfortunately, it's quite compact and pulls nicely behind the vehicle. I have a standard Chevy pickup that it pulls this thing beautifully.
So those hydraulics actually raise and lower the mast itself then.
That's
I'm taking
correct.
that, and you could probably also do adjustments on that one to get it vertical, be my guess.
So the way we get everything vertical is we do it through adjusting with the jacks.
Okay.
And there is a tool guide that that's located right in this area that we use to center the drill bit, and we will work the jacks until the drill stem is right in the center of that tool guide.
Gotcha.
And we'll continue to use that until the drill gets to where the top of the drill is about this high.
Okay.
Then I take it off and just discard it and drill the rest of the way without the guide.
Mm-hmm.
The throttle system is kind of like what on an airplane. It's a push-pull,
Mm-hmm.
and then for fine-tuning, you can turn it.
Gotcha.
And that enables you to adjust the cycles anywhere you want it to be. And in some formations, it's going to hum along at 58 hits a minute. Some it's going to be better at 57 a minute. You just have that flexibility to smooth out the operation with the throttle. These 4 levers operate the different items. This lifts the mast. This engages what we call the walking beam, the part that goes up and down. This winds up the mainline cable and lowers it, and this does the same for the sand line and the baler line. This adjustment here, you just put in whatever notch gives you the proper friction on your mainline spool, so that it's automatically going to find the bottom every time it pounds. And I had mentioned to you the big risk is the operator falling asleep in a chair, because once you get it adjusted right, you can just sit back and drill for about 3 or 4 feet and add some water to make a slurry, and then stop the drilling process, take the bit out and put the baler in, and just keep cycling that process until you're down to depth. And when you hit water with a cable tool rig, the tool comes up really bright and clean. There's no question about whether you hit or not. And in the old days, to keep the boreholes open, they used to use drive steel with cable tools, and we found that totally unnecessary. We do everything open hole, and if we get into a situation that the formation is falling in on us, like saturated sands and that type of thing, we just mix up a little watering trough that I have with a half a bag of bentonite, and put the bentonite in the hole, and that develops a wall cake and static pressure on the wall of the board, and we keep drilling through the sands and consolidated materials, and we bale right through that as well. So we've dispensed with using steel for casing.
Replacement parts on this one, you said most of them pretty much just sit with the machine. You don't have too much maintenance, long term, short term.
Well, in the short term, every day we apply grease to all the pillow blocks and the spool on the walking beam. Other than that, I change the oil in the Honda engine every 200 hours, and you might have to adjust the tension on the chains that transfer the power from the hydraulic motors to the spools in the walking beam.
Everything's greaser though, right? You never have to take anything apart.
As far as something like let's say a hydraulic motor braking, I like to provide a spare hydraulic motor when I ship these. So we generally will ship spare cable, which another 500-foot spool, 2 spare tires, and 2 spare hydraulic motors. Sometimes I put in some extra chain. I always put in extra chain links, because you just never know. But that gives you a kind of an ease of mind that if you're out in the bush somewhere, you've got everything that is likely to give you some sort of breakage.
Right. Now I do notice you use everything that's square rectangle tubing made out of steel. I notice you don't have any bracketing or gussets in there, so I figured those things are pretty durable the way you designed it.
You know, I think what adds to the durability is that every piece of steel on this is CNC cut, and all the tubing you see is laser cut with tab and groove, so everything mates up perfectly. There's no gaps, and then our weld bead is able to penetrate evenly, and that's what makes a strong unit.
Definitely. No, it's good to notice there's, well, again, most of the time gussets you'll see is because of a faulty manufacturer or design. You don't have any on this one, so it's clean. Looks good. Great job. And you said the water tank that you have on the back holds how many gallons?
This water tank that comes with the unit has 40 gallons.
40 gallons.
And that'll get us through 20 feet of drilling.
Okay.
And it has an electric motor that provides pressure, 60 pounds pressure. So
got it.
You know, I mean, it's like a...
Now, is that a separate line, a separate motor, or is that still working off the same main motor?
It's an electric motor.
It's an electric motor.
Battery.
Gotcha.
We have a battery on board for the electric start.
Okay.
Not only that, every now and then a cable will wear to the point where I won't want to risk using that cable anymore. So I've got a small inverter that I plug into the battery, and I use a regular cutoff wheel, and I'll cut the cable, and I have a ladle, and I bring Babbitt and fuel out to a job site, and I can replace bad sections of cable.
Now you did tell me also that you carry in the back of the truck on some of these remote jobs an extra 250 gallon
I've got auxiliary water, so if we're in an area where there just isn't any water, we bring enough.
Got it.
And I would say most of the wells in the world are 150 feet deep or less.
True.
And so the amount of water that's stored in that 250 gallon container is adequate to finish a job.
Now I'm guessing that most of the equipment that comes with the rig itself will sit on that trailer, so you actually have pretty much void the back of a truck if you're dragging this in on a truck?
Pretty much so.
Okay.
The items that we bring out to a job include about 250 feet of submersible pump wire and a submersible pump, and we bring the drop pipe to go down. And so I like to clean the wells out until the water coming down is just crystal clear. We do that usually with a pump. pump.
Okay.
Even though some guys are satisfied just doing it with the baler. They'll bale all day until they get just totally clean water.
Yeah, yeah. No, good idea. Well, Bob, thank you very much. That was a good follow through. Enjoyed it. How long have you been building these things?
So I think I set up the factory to build them in 2015.
Okay. And you've been doing this, what's 2009, something like that? 2008?
Started as a Rotary project when I was president in 2009. We enlisted Cal Poly's engineering department
Right.
to help get the project started. And then we graduated on to using the team that I put together for further advancing the concept. And then we came up with our first durable manufactured rig in 2015. That first rig went off to Indonesia and is drilling wells today.
Got it. Wow.
It's a Christian-based organization that's just done a wonderful job.
Good. And you have some people here. You want to bring those people in? Tell us who you have observing today's demonstration.
So with today's demonstration, we've had join us Becky, who is president of Henfa Corporation, and they manufacture homes. They intend to build about 2,000 homes this year in Nigeria. It's
In
a
Nigeria?
big home builder.
All right.
22,000.
22,000 is how many you've built total?
We've done about 15,000 in the last 10 years, and we have 22,000 ongoing as we speak right now.
Wow, outstanding.
Yes.
And we're doing a lot of water projects across Africa, in Nigeria and other communities in Nigeria, rural communities, and we're trying to go into other African nations to provide water for rural environment.
Wow.
Yes.
Basically, it's a concept that goes around in line with the United Nations policy for the right to water as a fundamental right, not a privilege. It must be as a right. You have access to water, meaning that in line with the Convention of United Nations, that is the concept of what we put it together to ensure that everybody, every citizen of North Africa, of the world, has what is so-called right to potable water. That's the concept. Which
Good
I'm
concept.
happy to partner with Mr.
Being
Bob.
the distributor of this LD360 in Nigeria, we've been trying to push the rig to where we think it's very, very important because of how challenges of water all over Nigeria and surrounding African countries. So we have different clients, and Beeston, here is the president. It's one of our clients, and we've seen the nature of their jobs on ground. It's not a gimmick, it's not a futuristic program, it's for real. So projects are there, and we need water in where these estates are, because there's challenge of water all over in Nigeria, most especially in Abuja. The pipe-borne water is not connected completely to all the locations.
Yeah.
So, and they felt, and it's necessary, and that is why you see we took a long trip, about 18 hours flight.
That is a long
over
trip.
here to come and see this for real.
18 hours,
And,
huh?
yes.
You mean good time. Usually it takes 19. And that's serious.
We're
I've seen
here,
that a
so
few
we need
times.
this, and the clients, the customers, they need this, and generally could need some kind of background support again, so that we can extend this thing to people. The dividend of water, which is a natural thing, and by policy everybody need a clean water, so we need this so that we can take it to the various community
Yeah.
and have the water. So that is why we're here. And,
Right,
for at the spot now, we are trying to make arrangement for 5 pieces.
Nice.
Sam and
Let's go to
I
Nigeria.
met through a Rotary contact, a mutual Rotary contact. A gentleman in the Rotary Club in, was it not Fort Lauderdale, but
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yes.
Heard about the rig and contacted Sam. Sam got excited and contacted me. So that's how Rotary's fingers are reaching out throughout the
Nice.
world.
Nice. And I hear you're going to be moving 5 of these into Nigeria.
Yeah.
That is the plan.
That is
Yeah.
the plan.
Yes.
That is great. Great.
And we need up to 20.
We need 20 actually. We're
20.
just
Yes,
Yeah,
but we want to do
okay.
5. And but the reason is, you know, in Nigeria, you know what it is in the aspect of financial circle in Nigeria. You go into the bank, the interest rate is high.
Yeah.
You don't get support from
Right.
the government or anybody. So, and sometimes if you get the support, you have to be in the cartel. So if you are not in the cartel, you're out of it. So now it's a personal thing the company Biston is trying to do.
Nice.
So now they want to start with 5, but actually they need 20, and we'll take it from there. Then the surrounding countries will be seeing these things.
Nice.
And the communities.
So you're going to share this with other communities, not just for the building of just your homes then?
Of course.
No,
of course.
That's very nice.
Communities.
Good for
Because there's
you.
no clean water, and people are always falling sick because the
Yes.
waters are not treated well.
Yeah.
Having
very
typhoid,
true.
and what is more than typhoid?
Yeah.
Beyond the project we are doing, which is the commercial part of the Bistan Group, there's an NGO. The company itself, the group has an NGO, which is where we need more of this because we want to take up free water to communities, the west, the east, northern east, where you have a lot of IDP camps and a lot of issues going on in Nigeria, people displayed everywhere and all of that. So beyond the business part of it, which we need for the 22,000 units of project going on, we also want to take this into the NGO just to do, community development for
Okay,
other,
this if we
other
have
parts
right
of
away, if we have like
nation.
at a go now, we'll have like 10. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, the World Health Organization will be aware of this.
Yeah.
Because already they are on ground there, but then we don't have something portable like this that can move around. But with this, we can get into different places, and there will be water. Do sanction, provide water. People come there and take water from there. We are done.
As of right.
For free.
As I said, no, potable water itself is a natural thing, which we've built on that what Bistan, not Bistan as a company, as an organization, but as a non-governmental organization.
Yeah.
You understand me? And basically, we believe it's a passion, giving back to the society.
Sure.
Not only just getting into our own organization, but giving back to the society. That's more reason why the organization is put together. We have the non-governmental organization, which is basically specifically for the purpose of achieving that. And going to the rural areas all over, not only in Nigeria, we hope it to be outside Nigeria, African nations, for people to benefit
You go
from
to
this.
Chad, there's problem with water. You go to Niger, problem with water. You get to Benin Republic, the same thing. Get to the northern part of Cameroon, the same thing.
We all share that same common goal.
Yeah, that's
So really, beyond all of this, we want to really commend Mr. Bob for this
yeah.
initiative. This
This
is
infection,
fantastic.
it's
fantastic. This is needed across the world. Africa, every part of the nation needs this, really. And,
Even in the Middle East,
yeah,
they need
this
it.
is really
Great.
commendable.
And we have contacts in Middle East because we do other business with them.
Nice.
You
It's
go
a
to the
good
desert,
initiative.
part of Egypt, you're going to Alexandria desert, no water. You go to, how do you call it? You go to Qatar, the same thing. You go to back of Dubai, it's desert. The same kind of soil here. Nothing going on.
I think with this, Mr. Bob, it is, as an endeavor to what my president said, it is indeed, they wanted to celebrate you.
Yeah.
You deserve a very great
An
honor
accolade.
for this. Company the fact that what you target is basically water. There are other people that will invest something to relate to oil.
Yeah.
It has no direct impact on human. You are investing on human.
Yeah.
It's commendable, Mr.
Thank
Bob.
you.
It's commendable. I think they wanted to celebrate you.
Yeah.
All right.
You deserve that.
So that was one fascinating video, seeing how the system works. Looks like it's working quite well, very efficient. So tell us a little bit about what happened after that one. We want to get an update.
Well, we've been attempting to get the word out, and so we now have a rig in Indonesia, one in Haiti, one just recently shipped to Botswana, and we have 2 ordered for Uganda.
Wow. Outstanding. And the one in Nigeria, the one that we just saw, that actually they implemented that system, put that in place?
The one in Botswana,
Botswana.
is actually just arrived a month ago, and they've already drilled 3 wells with it.
Okay, oh great.
Successfully.
And successfully, good. Now how many of these wells do you think one of these rigs could actually drill?
You can drill a well a week.
A well a week. Wow. And then the longevity of the system, the actual unit itself?
You know, these were all built with parts that can be easily repaired, so I expect to see these on the road a long time.
Okay. Tell us one of the successes that you've had. You told me a number of them, but some of the success in these drills are pretty fascinating.
One of the most exciting is this gentleman from Indonesia who's put in water wells on these island communities and turned desolate, water-starved island communities into prosperous farming communities.
Wow, and you said that he actually sent you a before and after picture of even his house where he lived. And
Exactly.
changing that community.
It lifted everybody's livelihood up tremendously.
So he went from a grass.
A grass hut to a cinder block house as a result. Yes.
That is impressive. So where do you see this going for you yourself? Are you going to continue doing this?
You know, I want to put this whole project in the hands of a more capable body that can do a more justifiable job of getting this thing manufactured and distributed.
Good. So have you considered doing a nonprofit or a for-profit type of company?
Well, so far there's been no profit, so you might consider me a nonprofit
Maybe do the
company.
nonprofit part.
But no, I really what I want to see is the rig proliferate.
That's good. That is a good one. And how many of these do you manufacture or put out each year?
So we've made 12 so far,
12
and
so far?
they're around in different places.
Great. Okay. So with a little bit of manufacturing in town, we can get this all over the world then, especially
hope.
through Rotary. Yeah. No, it's an outstanding project. Looking forward to seeing some future developments of this. And please keep us posted. Be interested to find out how, in fact, we could expand on this because you put together one great project.
Thank you. We will.
Okay, with that. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We will see you next time, along with seeing how water is being handled around the world through Rotary. With that, till next show. Thank you.